Hello everyone, good morning, welcome back to Gwent. My name is Rooster and this is a Henselt deck, and that is a curious thing indeed. But I ran into a couple of Henselt players earlier on ladder, somewhere between rank 14 and 15, and I wondered about the decks they've been using, so I've been asking around a little bit, and competitive Henselt lists are pretty hard to find. So I'm been trying a bunch of stuff out, and mostly because I recently opened a Dijkstra card. I was willing to go for a list with him and Ragh Nar Roog, which is a nice little combination. Ragh Nar Roog, of course, reducing every minion on your opponent's side of the field to 1 strength, and then Dijkstra being a big, burly, golden dude, basically reducing all of their golden units also to 1, because they're in weather, and then becoming quite big himself, so that's neat. We have a lot of gold stuff to protect ourselves from weather, so Aeromancy is also a good inclusion. To promote 1 Dimeritium Shekels for when we don't draw Dijkstra, and we need to get rid of a golden card from our opponent. That also makes Philanthropic a big inclusion, and of course the usual Henselt package with the reinforced siege towers, some additional self-promoting gold cards over here, and Margarita to spawn a whole bunch of little dudes. And then the curious inclusion perhaps is Pavetta, who's another interesting card that has started to gain popularity recently. So curious to try her out. I have found that some cards tend to screw with her ability a little bit, so that's why there's no Roach in the deck, for example. Because Roach tends to show up whenever your heavy cavalry promote themselves, for example. Then Roach comes to show, and that's usually fine, except when you're trying to kill your opponent's weakest units with Pavetta, and then she usually just kills Roach, and that's that. So that was a little awkward. Tried Roach for some time and then took her out. Same with King of Beggars, actually. I was using King of Beggars, but the 3, nothing in my deck is 3, well, except Shani, but Shani is gold, so that shouldn't matter. So he just ended up blocking Pavetta a lot, and that turned out to be awkward. So it's usually fine if you've got like 1 siege tower and your opponent has a bunch of 5 strength dudes on the field. You're happy to sacrifice the 4, but having to promote the 4 just to get to the 5s because there's a 3 on your side of the field, that's a little awkward. But I've talked enough, let's go and hop into some games. Not quite confident enough to try this game in ranked. There should be a list out there somewhere that is viable enough to try to at least steal some games on the ranked ladder, probably not including Dijkstra and Ragh Nar Roog. But this should be a decent amount of fun, and well, Henselt can lead to some pretty impressive boards. It was a hilarious game against the Skellige deck with Kambi, who turned out to be rather unimpressive against my golden board. So that was amusing. What are we looking for in the mulligans? Well, first of all, throwing away the Temerian foot soldiers, probably throwing out 1 of the heavy cavalry. And then I do like to promote, especially with Pavetta. So let's throw away the Shekels, and then we'll see where we go from there. Well, War Longships, we don't have a lot to interact with that, unfortunately, so we may just have to sacrifice something here. Or just play the Temerian foot soldiers and see if a second longship comes out. Because if we can get these guys promoted against, yeah, so I can just promote these guys and then they have nothing to shoot. That's actually hilarious. Or we can go with the Margarita plan. That's a little optimistic when he's about to shoot 12 damage, though. So I don't like that too much. Let's just go with the promote. I don't like using the promote without a siege tower on the board, but I don't think we can take the risk of playing something non-gold right here. So he can discard all he wants, but we've got a decent board right here, and we could even just Pavetta right now and kill all of his longships. That's actually pretty legit. I like it. She kills herself, but that's fine. We just killed all of his longships at once. They did not get to do anything, and he gets very little value. So yeah, that's great. He can discard some guys onto the board, of course. And that's a pretty big tempo swing, but that could have been much worse had we not done the Pavetta play. And we can do that again later with Shani, which is pretty great. So let's go with this. Let's go with the Siege Tower, and then maybe a Margarita. Should we Margarita instead of the Siege Tower? Probably not. We need some strength on the board. So he wants to discard some stuff. That's fine with us. He can discard 2 cards at most, so the chance of losing our Siege Tower is it's present, but it's slim. So I'm okay with taking that risk, I think. So it's 25% to lose the Siege Tower to the pirates here, which is not big, but yeah, it would be unfortunate if that happened. He has to discard 2 units, though. That's always a thing to remember when concerning long ships. So this is kind of okay. I'm thinking whether it's worth investing any further in this round, though, because we are starting to run out of potential a little bit, and Philanthropic is really unfortunate with Morkvark on the board. We are 1 card ahead of our opponent right now, so if we pass, he has to invest 1 more card, which is okay-ish. Or we could also resurrecting Pavetta here doesn't really do anything. Resurrecting something else, probably not. Let's just go and pass. If he spends another card right here, then that's kind of okay with me. Actually, we should have played Stennis here. Yes, we should have played Stennis. Because we are capable of winning this round, and Stennis is going to be awkward. Actually, we can combine Stennis with Philanthropic here, so that's probably fine. Morkvark getting weaker, so that means Bork gets stronger, which is useful.
Calm yourselves.
Alright, well, Bork does burn Donar, but he also burns Stennis, so I guess that's okay. Makes me not want to use him in this turn, though. So perhaps we just Priscilla and see what we get. How about that? Sure.
Not a bad idea.
As long as we can retain card advantage, then I'm okay with it. Unfortunately, Reaver Scout's not really doing too much right now, so we'll have to go with the dumb banner.
Oh, I sense trouble.
He gets a nice tempo swing, but we can also do some stuff. I would like to... well, I would have liked to have some more minions on the board, so that kind of sucks. But if we can at least turn our board gold, then we are still in fine shape, I think. Would I rather have a slightly larger... it doesn't really matter. I would like another thing on the board, I guess.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, and we can save the Philanthropic plus Ragh Nar Roog for the last turn. That's kind of okay.
Of course, as you wish, master.
Now go for the Siege Tower, and then perhaps, well, we'll use Henselt on the back row. That's kind of okay. Him buffing Morkvark is kind of unfortunate. Although we could after we Henselt here, which is a rather good play. Henselt is never going to be better than this, I think. Oh, of course, resurrecting Pavetta right now is a little sucky because it kills all the dumb banners first. So that's yeah, that's a little annoying. What do we play? He's not really adding too much to the board, is he? So we cannot Stennis here without giving up the board. I suppose Bork is never going to be good, is it? So we can afford to waste him here. It's a little unfortunate, and we would like to combine him with Stennis. So yeah, that kind of sucks. If we Ragh Nar Roog here, well, Donar is weather immune. So we could Ragh Nar Roog here and then leave Bork for the final turn. How's that? Oh, I like that. I expect our opponent to pass after we Rag, so that's great, right? I think that's great. We even get a buff for the Siege Tower because we play the gold card. So I'm expecting him to pass here, and then we can Bork into Stennis, which is great. Alright, I'm okay with that. Let's see if I'm right. Am I forgetting about something important? Morkvark is not too big, especially... well, I was going to say especially in the weather, but it's strange how the weather dissipates slowly. It's really odd. Anyway, is there time for this guy to promote before... I think if we play him after, he does have time to promote, so that's great. We play this guy, he has to play his 3 cards. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, if I'm correct, then this guy has time to promote before these 2 timers go off, so that's excellent. And we also have Stennis, so that's pretty cool. Bork doesn't matter, does it? I mean, Mork dies, but that's okay.
I'm not afraid.
Yes, we would like to have Dijkstra. It's not Dijkstra, it's Dijkstra. It's a Dutch name. I know how to pronounce Dijkstra. Yeah, let's take Dijkstra. Because there's gonna be gold on the board. Like there's gonna be gold on the board. We don't have a way to promote him though. So that's kinda sucky. Let's let's see. I don't know. Well, we have plenty of potential here. It's fine. We still have Shani. All right, this is fine.
What can I do for you?
And we've already won, but that's great. All right. This was exactly the matchup I was hoping for, because this deck is great against Kambi decks. That's not an incredibly big niche that you're looking for, but it's great in casual. That's not a glowing endorsement of the deck, I know, but it's a lot of fun against the Kambi deck specifically. I should really try that deck sometimes, though. Maybe even craft Kambi for it. That's... Oh, I have some dust left over, I think. Some scrap. So I can try the Kambi deck sometimes. Let's see what else there is to do in casual. Low queue timers. And even if the queue cancels, that's a little unfortunate. So yeah, this was pretty much my my exact experience when trying the deck yesterday. I don't know if it's gonna get any better than this, so be prepared for a downhill slope from here. But I'm already satisfied. I won a game, and my job here is done.
Fight for it.
Let's see, Dagon. Let's hope for a consume deck. I think we're well positioned against a consume deck, and not very well positioned. Actually, against weather, we have a lot of gold dudes, so should be good against weather also. I like this hand. Are we looking for anything specific? I guess the Mauritian Shackles is not very good. Pavetta? Alright. I like this hand. Maybe I don't like the Reinforced Siege Tower against Dagon, but I'm not sure. There's not a lot of really bad mulligans here. Maybe a Reaver Scout would have been better. And this makes me suspect that we're up against weather, so that's kind of unfortunate. But that also means that Pavetta is likely to hit on the foglets that are likely to come out now. Although a weather deck would probably use the foglets before... Yeah, so that's kind of unfortunate. We are rather attached to our own siege row, but as soon as this guy promotes, then I can still play Pavetta, so that's fine. I have playtested a little bit, and if you play Pavetta into weather, she kills all the lowest units on the board before she gets set down to lower strength herself, so that's cool. I may actually have to Henselt on this row. I don't like that. Oh, kills the dumb banner. That's unfortunate. I'm really expecting Foltest anytime soon, so... but if... Well, the siege tower can still be big. I don't like this matchup at all, though. I guess Margarita is fine here. If he fogs, I can... Well, I don't want to clear skies if he fogs. I guess I might just Henselt anyway. Let's see. He's gonna have a fog. Ooh, going all in on the silver weathers. Wow. So I was talking about how this was a good matchup for the deck. I'm not so sure anymore right now. But we can use Henselt to get a few dudes, and that ruins our Pavetta again. See, this is not exactly how I imagined the deck to work when I first built it. Maybe we just give up this round. Yeah, that seems like the better plan.
Before royal majesty.
Let's, I like promote, but I'll go and fish for a silver card first. So let's see, I'm expecting him to pass here, unless there's something he wishes to... At least he's keeping a foglet, right? So that's good. I really wonder why he didn't use a fog effect first. Because that's how you play a weather deck. You use your fog effect first because you don't want to keep a foglet at the end of the round. That's most of his advantage already gone. So that's good for us, I guess. Uses fog. As expected. This might be a foglet spam deck in that case. But that wouldn't run Wild Hunt Warriors, though. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's try the Siege Tower plan, and we'll see how that turns out. Ancient Foglets, that's fine. So this is what I mean by Pavetta being tricky to use. If I use a Reaver Scout right now to get another Siege Tower, then Pavetta kills the Reaver Scout and leaves the Ancient Foglet alone. But I can't use her now because the Siege Tower isn't big enough. I guess I could go with Bork and see if he just instantly passes. How about that? If we add 9... Is this a Bork turn? I think this is a Bork turn. Oh, let's wait for a second Ancient Foglet, shall we? Because I don't want Bork to kill my Siege Tower. This might be a Bork turn. Yeah,
You one of us
yeah,
or
I like
not?
that. Second Ancient Foglet. Alright, so it's time to Bork. There we go. Let's see if we can make this work. 3 of them! Oh boy. So we could Shackles one of the Ancient Foglets and then use Henselt on our Siege Towers, and that should get rid of most of his board. I like that. I like that. Let's Shackle the biggest one in case of emergency, I guess. He could Shackles our Bork, I guess, but that's always going to be a counter for this. He's already used Skellige Storm, so I'm not sure he has any rain effects outside of Dagon here, and we have a Clear Skies to get rid of that. Although I would like... Alright. So I still need to play a card to win this round regardless, so I might as well use Henselt here. Any way of doing something more productive? Not really. This is fine. He recognizes the situation correctly and passes, but this is okay. He gets to keep a Foglet again, so that's excellent. He's not keeping anything for the next round. Could I have made a case for Pavetta there? No, not really. She would have won the round, wouldn't she? Would have killed the Foglets and the Reaver Scout. But then the whole board would have burned. Oh, but the whole board burning is fine, because I have a Bork in play. Yeah, I should have played Pavetta there. That's really strange. You can imagine I am not quite used to playing with her. We don't have any promote effects, so we should make good use of our available resources right now. So that's why I think we're going to resurrect Margarita here. Actually, we don't have... What am I going to resurrect with Shani? A siege tower, most likely. In that case, I should grab a siege tower. I think siege towers are the way to go here. And then grab Margarita with Shani. Yes. Oh, I should have grabbed the siege tower with Shani. But I would like to get some siege towers first. I could be wrong. There's so much weather in this guy's deck. There is so much weather in here.
But we're broke as shit.
It's hard to play around sometimes. Anyway, so this is great. This Pavetta is not working out, guys. it's not working at all. That might very well be his last raid effect, though. So if we just clear the skies right now, maybe I didn't need to do that actually. But I very much doubt he has another rain effect right now, unless he has Marigold's Hailstorm, which is kind of ridiculous. Yes, exactly. So that's cool. That's cool. Pavetta is basically unplayable. I guess it kills 2 Foglets and it kills the Reaver Scout. That's okay. So we could do that right now and not get punished for it. Or should we just go... We should go for the final siege tower, I think. That should be pretty big.
Be glad to.
So grab the final siege tower. That one's gonna be gold, so that's great. I'm not sure... Dijkstra is going to demote Shani, which I don't like. What's the weakest units right now? Oh, Pavetta's not going to do anything. I wasn't expecting Thunderbolt. I should have used Pavetta last turn while I still could. Alright, mistakes were made. So Dijkstra is still a good play, even though demoting Shani kinda sucks. Am I going to get any value out of Pavetta whatsoever, though? She's still technically a 1-strength play because it removes the Reaver Scout and the Nanika. But let's go with Dijkstra first, and then we'll see where things end up from there. I just want to see whether there's anything small still to come from his side. So let's play our 1-strength Pavetta. I'm not sure about Pavetta. She's hard to use, but I guess some more experience should help in that aspect. Does he have Hailstorm?
Let's get this over with.
He has Art. Alright. So we did win. I wasn't expecting Hailstorm. Most weather decks just skip the Hailstorm because it's not a fog, and you really want the fog in any deck with foglets. So yeah, that was great. Definitely some misplays with the Pavetta, but we can work with this. Alright. Luckily I didn't draw Ragh Nar Roog, because that would have been basically the most deadest card in my entire deck. Was not looking forward to that one. Alright, opponents found. I am excited. What's to come? Foltest. Well, that's one I haven't seen in quite some time.
Attack!
Will you guys stop yelling, please? That is absolutely unnecessary. Throw to Marion, and then let's take a look at the rest of our hand. This looks fine. I like Dijkstra against Foltest, surely. So let's throw one of these guys and try to find a Reaver Scout. That would be excellent. Promote? I don't need 2 promotes. But I also... Well, Shackles could be good. Let's throw a promote and see what we get. Would have liked a Reaver Scout, but of course you can't always get what you want. So Dumb Banner into Siege Tower is going to be the start. We could try a first light for one of those, but we have to play the Temerians first. So this is fine. We all have to consider Pavetta, but we can... Ooh. Okay. Well, that's ambitious. Can we play nothing this turn and then Pavetta? We get to... He gets a 3 and a 6. So if we Pavetta next turn, then Pavetta kills herself again and then kills the 3 and the 6, so that's fine. But that also means that we have to find some way of doing nothing right now, and that I don't like. Reinforced Siege Tower just kills itself. We could just Pavetta here and exchange her for Roach and Lubberkin. That's probably the better approach, to be honest. Sure. It's a little unfortunate about our heavy cavalry, but at least the Lubberkin is dead, and we can still win in one play. And you really can't leave that Lubberkin on the board, so this is fine. Is Lubberkin... is that still permadeath or not? No, it's not. It's not a medic anymore, so that would be illogical, but...
Nasty wounds, those.
Exactly. So what can we do about that? Not too much, unfortunately. So that's going to get a lot of value for our opponent here. So we have to find a way to break the tie in that case. So how about we first play the Temerians, because we always do. We have to play the Temerians here.
Don't recognize your old mate.
Maybe we just give him the first round. We do not have Stennis, so that's a little unfortunate. We could go for Borg, because he's trying to play this, to play the long game this round. Not sure about that. Let's play the Reinforced Siege Tower and see if we can get an advantage with the first light. And if that fails, we just give him the round. I'm not too upset about losing this one, so that's kind of okay. If we get a Reaver Scout or another Siege Tower, then that's fine. A Dumb Banner would be okay-ish. Just want to see what this first light will do for us.
For the king!
Dumb Banner is a little unimpressive. So I'm guessing... Well, our opponent doesn't want to pass here. So yeah, this isn't really gonna do anything. We can try and play Borg, but his board is way too variable for that to do any real damage. And we can catch up in the coming few rounds, I think. Our hand is not ideal, but we do have the Shani into Pavetta play, which is great. Like that a lot. And we also give him one Reaver Hunter stuck in his deck, which is not to be forgotten about, but not really a motivating factor for you to base your decisions around. That Reaver Scout is really awkward right now, unless we Shani into Dijkstra. Don't like that too much. Oh, this is the Golden Lubberkin deck. Okay, that's great. Well, we have Dijkstra, so that's great. We should... If we're gonna do that, then we should Dijkstra into Shani, right? But that's pretty cool. So... Still not going to be ideal, but we can Dijkstra into Villain Threat and Nerf. Or Dijkstra into... Let's see. If he passes, we can do a lot with Aromancy too, so that's great. Let's go with this one, and then we'll see where things go from there. Or we can Pavetta right now. We should definitely Shani into Pavetta right now, because that kills basically everything, so that's great. Yes, definitely. I think that kills most of his game plan, so that's excellent. So expecting a pass here, because I don't think he can hope to win this round anymore. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, of
Don't
course.
recognize your old mates.
Wants to get rid of a terrible card in his hand, and I can't blame him for that. We can't afford to pass, though. But we can play one of the less fortunate cards in our hands also. So how about we Shackles? Shackles is going to be so good with Bork, though. So I guess we just Reaver Scout in that case. If we draw a Siege Tower, it's still fine. We can promote it next turn. I'm expecting our opponent to still have a gold card left for next round, yes. So yeah, just play the Reaver Scout. That's fine. No, he's trying to milk us here. That's fine. Using his first light, though. Would he run more than one first light? There's a real question. This guy's asking the real questions right now. We can promote this guy. Promote is one of the weaker cards right now. Or perhaps Aromancy, actually. If we Frost, will he pass? We can actually just Fog and see if he passes. He can actually copy this guy, and that's going to be a lot more impactful than the other one. So we should Frost and then see if he passes. Because he can copy the commando, and that's not great. I'm not exactly sure of the best way of winning this round anymore, because we have some really, really trashy cards in our hand right now. Because the Shackles, well, the Shackles do 5, I guess. So they're the least awful. He has another one.
Salutations.
Wow. Okay, well... Isn't he going to target anything with that? What's going on? Okay, okay. I'm a little confused, but that's fine. We'll just Shackle Shani here. He can copy the Kadwini, but that's okay.
You talked enough.
There goes Siri, so he's making the board equal again. He's really making us bleed here. What can he copy? He has another 9 in the form of Foltest. So I'm guessing we have to spend the promote. And we have to spend Bork if he uses Foltest, and he will use Foltest on the Kadwini, so we're basically screwed here. I don't think we can win this anymore, but let's scare him by playing Bork. We have to play Bork anyway. He's going to use Foltest this round, and Foltest is going to be 9. Because he'll very likely not have a target for Foltest anyway. Even if he passes, we have a promote and we have a promote, basically.
Close ranks.
It's positively awful. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, let's promote. He knows the last card in our hand. We should have used Henselt. At least made him scared of the last card. Maybe he should have passed, but... Maybe he would have passed, sorry. But, yeah. So, sometimes things just don't work out. Perhaps this deck just sucks. But we did win 2 games with it, so it can't be all that bad. Please, dear opponent. He let us win a round. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. I don't expect to win the next round, but at least we have a shot right now. Does he have a gold card in hand, or does he have something that's just entirely worthless? I can't imagine. So what do we resurrect here? What would be the best call? I would say a siege tower, right? Because we have Henselt left, and both of these go on the siege row. Yeah, that's the only option, basically. Oh, he still has Siri, so basically Siri just beats us here along with Roach, yeah. He could be reasonably certain of winning this round, even with just basically anything in hand, yeah. But he let us win a round, and for that, I thank you, dear opponent. Even though it's rather meaningless because the reset is in about 15 minutes and I didn't really need it, but I appreciate the gesture. Good game, sir. Alright, so that is it for Henselt today. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Would not recommend spending all of the scraps required to play this deck. Be a responsible adult and craft some good cards instead. But I will see you next time.